Hey guys, I want to talk to you about the 7 things that you need to have to be attractive to a beautiful woman. The first thing I want to talk about is your look. Now, I'm not talking about your looks. I'm not talking about your physical features or your characteristics. I'm not talking about your muscles or what you look like without your shirt off or your height or anything like that. Now, I'm talking about your look, your style, your fashion. Now, that's very important to attracting a woman. Do you know what a stereotype is? Everyone does. But it's always used to have a negative connotation towards a group of people. But it can actually be used in the reverse, as being seen in a positive light. So you want to use stereotypes to your advantage. For example, do you dress like you make minimum wage, even though you make a good living? And even if you do make minimum wage, you could still attract the most beautiful girl you want, because money has very little to do with how attractive a girl is to you. But you do want to convey a certain social status by the way you dress. Do you dress like you work in an office and you're like this maybe corporate guy who's very square? Because that is no longer in style anymore, especially when it comes to being very attractive to the top quality women. Now, think of this. It's not James Bond that gets the girl these days. It's the Jack Sparrows. The people who are interesting, self-expression, the people who are free. I live in West Hollywood, and a lot of the guys who date the most beautiful women, who make a lot of money and have amazing style. They don't dress like they're confined to society standards. They're very expressive. A lot of them have tattoos that are very meaningful. A lot of them do certain things that are just, they'll color their hair. They'll do anything that is expressing what they feel like they want to do. So I challenge you to do something that you've always wanted to do. I mean, the mustache. I've been watching a lot of Narcos. It's Mustache March. Never had a mustache before until, when I was like a teenager growing it out. But other than that, it's like my first time. And, I've been getting a lot of compliments on it. Now, keep in mind, the attraction that I'm building with these women has nothing to do with my mustache. It's just something that they like about me, and they'll attribute something that they like my mustache or like my earrings or anything else that I wear. I've had students before say, hey, I used to have this big beard years ago, and they're like, hey, you have this big beard, I can't grow one, so you have an advantage. And I'm like, you hear girls say they like the beard because they're just find something to attribute their attraction towards me, but it's not really about the beard. It could have been a mustache. It could have been a clean baby face. It could have been anything. So what I'm saying is, be free. Try to dress with some kind of artistic expression to you that gives you some kind of character. So your look, your cleanliness, being groomed, that's way more important than your actual physical features. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is when you approach a girl, you want to focus on the connection and the experience. What guys think about is, man, this girl's so pretty. Wow, I want to get her number. Wow, I don't really want to fuck this up. They think about anything else than what really matters, which is, I need to focus on connecting. And when you do that, you forget about her beauty. All the nervousness goes away. So you guys are in this moment. Now, I'm not saying hit on the girl, but I'm also saying you should. Because in the beginning, you don't want to hit on the girl because that just comes off as sleazy. But what I'm saying is, after you have this experience and you guys are connecting and she's showing these signs of attraction, then you can hit on her after you focus on the connection part first. Or she may just go and hit on you. That happens a lot too. So really focus on connecting with her and not any of the other things about how beautiful she is and what you can get. Focus on what you have to give into the interaction, because you want to have everything on an equal playing field, and that's what you want to subconsciously communicate. Now, going into that, I want to talk about being able to tease her. Being able to tease a girl is very, very crucial. I'm not saying go out of your way and tease a girl just for the sake of doing it to build attraction. I'm saying is, when the opportunity arises and you're talking to this beautiful girl, do not be scared to tease her, because she'll actually respond very, very well to it, especially if she's extremely beautiful. And it's more refreshing for her because people are always putting her on this pedestal, trying to tell her how beautiful she is. But if you could tease her and keep her on this same level as you, like you would treat any of your other good friends or your cousins, you know, being able to make fun of them in a very light humorous way, not in a way to make someone feel bad about themselves, but something that's funny, then you're going to be better off doing that, and it's going to lead to building more attraction. The fourth quality I want to talk about is storytelling. That is very, very important. Now I hear a lot of people say, it's very mainstream stuff. It's saying, oh, let the girls do all the talking. You know, don't say anything. Let her do all the talking. That is a bunch of BS. Now, because if you approach a girl that is attractive, she does not know who you are. She doesn't want to give you information about herself, nor should she. So you telling her about yourself is very important for her to get her to want to tell herself about you, about herself to you. So storytelling and having all these great highlighted moments is very, very important. Now, when it comes to storytelling, you want to make sure you talk about the highlights. I've heard guys talk about the times they got drunk and thrown up. What girl wants to, why would you want a girl to imagine that about you? You don't want to talk about that. Remember, your storytelling is your marketing. The girl has no idea who you are. Your character, who you are, that's the product. But your marketing is how you're going to attract people to get to know you better in order to form some kind of bond with you. So your storytelling, you have to have these positive highlighted stories, and everyone has them. Every single student I had says, I don't have any interesting stories. And then I was like, where's the last place you traveled to? What's the last thing you've done you've been passionate about? And boom, there's like a story right there that's even better than my life sometimes. So storytelling is very important. The fifth thing I want to talk about is you have to be able to express how you feel and address how other people feels, whether or not it causes confrontation, because people are scared to do that. Now, very confident, charismatic people will call situations out, and they're very, very in touch with the way they feel. For example, if I'm feeling nervous or I'm feeling tired, I'm not going to act like I'm happy and I'm not tired for a girl. I'll let her know that I'm nervous. Like, I feel something about me, I just feel a little bit nervous coming up to you. And that would make sense to her. So I'm not going to come off as a serial killer, because the serial killer is going to be like, I'm not nervous. Like, oh, what's this guy having to hide? It's not going to be so much on the conscious level. She's not going to think it, but she'll feel it. Now, remember, that's different. Like, it's not about what a girl feels is different than what she thinks. She might not think you're a serial killer, but she'll just feel something's off. So you got to be able to address how you're feeling and be able to express that. Another thing is you have to be able to address how other people feel, how she feels, or how the people around her feel. I'll give you an example. So if I'm talking to her, me and her are vibing, her really good friend comes up. Number one, wants to protect her. Number two, wants her attention. She came out with her, right? She's here with a beautiful girl. She wants her attention. This is her friend. Of course, she's going to try to like pull her away. That happens a lot. So what you have to do is you have to address it. You know, a lot of people just let the girl get pulled away, or they get mad, or they just hold it out inside and complain about it later. Like, oh man, her friend came out and like pulled her away from me. No, you address the situation right there. You say, for example, it'd be like, hey, by the way, my name is, so-and-so. You want to address that, and then you say, I get it. I totally get it. You think I'm trying to hit on your friend right now, and I'm sure that she has been, and you have been hit on by 10 other guys tonight before me. I totally get it. But you know what? I really appreciate that about you, because I would do that for my best friends, for all the girls I hang out with. I'd be very protective over them, just like you. Or they would protect me if I feel weirded out by some girl trying to talk to me. So I get exactly what you feel. And now I feel like I would just want to be your friend. I think that's a respectful quality of you as a friend. And then I would try to get to know her. Now remember, it's about building a connection with other people, even her friends. So being able to address that situation and being like, hey, like, we're having a good time. I get what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do, and I understand why you're doing it. But here's what the situation is, and we could all benefit from having a good time together. Now, the sixth thing I want to talk about is two polar opposites. It's the ability to touch and the ability to walk away. These are very attractive qualities. So, touch is very important. Have you ever seen a movie where people are on a date and they sit across from each other and they never really touch each other? I mean, what I mean by touch, I'm talking about like hold hands. They never really flirt. They never really hug. There's no kind of like, physical connection with them. It's just all talking, and then at the end of the scene, they're at the person's house, and it's so awkward. It's like, do they kiss? Because it's like 0 to 100. You haven't touched the person, and then you just want to go for a kiss. I mean, touch like high fives or like giving hugs. Notice how I said you don't get hugs. You want to give. You want to be a giving person. It comes off differently from wanting to get a hug than give a hug. Giving a playful, a playful flirty touch is very crucial to building attraction. I mean, it's almost, I can even argue, the borderline between friend zone and being romantic with someone is that touch that leads to romance. Now, when I say touch, I'm not talking about some creepy touch. I'm talking about actually, like, you can do something silly like hot hands or thumb wrestling, something just that's very, very or even when you like shake the girl's hand or grab her hand, you can hold it for a little bit longer, assuming that you're getting the same interest back. So that's very important. The other thing that people fail to do, that you need to be able to do, is to walk away. So what happens when you talk to a girl and her friends come up? What is the first thing she does? She turns her back towards you and she leaves you there, standing there for like 30 seconds as she addresses her friends. What most guys do is they walk away. They take it personal. They take that as rejection, walk away. No, just stay there. She's not even thinking about you. Like, no offense. She's just thinking about herself and her friends that, she has her loyalty to and she came out with. And you should be that way too. So if you're a friend, you're a guy, and when my friend comes in, I'm going to turn my back to the girl and give him a big greeting, and I'm going to turn my back towards her. It's okay. Or for example, if I have to use the restroom, and I gotta use the restroom, I'm gonna say, I gotta use the restroom, I'll catch you later. I'll even ask for her to wait for me. Girls do that to me all the time. They do that to you, I'm sure. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Do I expect her to wait? No, because if she asks me to wait, am I gonna wait? No. So, but I would still do what a girl would do to me, is I would say, hey, because I actually do have to go to the bathroom, so I will go. I'm not gonna hold my pee in because I really like this girl. So the ability to walk away and just let something go and then come back to it later, that's a very attractive quality. You don't have to stick to that same person the same night. You can turn your back to a girl when your friend comes for 30 seconds to greet your friend, show him some love, and introduce him to the group. Because what most guys will do is stay laser focused on that girl, ignore their friend, and be like, oh my God, like this guy, he's going to mess it up, he's going to mess it up. No, you call the shots. No one's going to mess it up. You turn to your friend, you show them love, you show everyone love around you. If you see another girl that you like, go say hi to her too. Be free, and that leads into the seventh thing that I want to talk about that makes you attractive, is have girls in your life. It's okay to have girls in your life. You could talk about girls. You can bring girls out with you to meet girls. It's totally fine. You can even meet one girl and see another attractive girl and go talk to her right in front of that girl and then bring her in and make them all friends. You know why? Because one of the things I said before is you're not hitting on anyone, you're just connecting. And as long as you're not hitting on anyone and you're connecting on a fundamental level of just enjoying an experience with someone, you're allowed to do that with whoever you want. And you could create a demand for yourself. So you can have an abundance of women in your life, without hitting on them, being someone that the women want to fight for, not literally, but, they want to work for. That makes you more attractive. So it's okay to have that freedom to talk to whoever you want. You don't have to, just because you're vibing with a girl and you see another girl you like, obviously she's attractive, the other girl's going to notice it. But instead of I'm not saying just ditch the other girl and be rude, but like, hey, let's go make a new friend. And then you could decide between which girl you like, or they could pick you, or, either way, it's going to make you attractive on both sides. And you're going to feel good about yourself. When you have this freedom to do what you want and how you're feeling, and you're going to feel good about yourself. It's going to come off as more confident, and it's just going to make you a more attractive person. So these are the 7 key steps to being attractive to beautiful women.